Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News at 6.
Frightening video tonight of a tornado tearing through Annapolis. This is courtesy of Melanie Newman. You can see debris flying through all of that intense circulating, rotating wind. And here's a look at some of the damage at South River High School in Annapolis, one of the places to take a direct hit from the tornado. And then this stunning picture of a house in Edgewater in the South River Colony neighborhood. You can see the roof is torn off, leveled, with trees scattered across the road. Anne Arundel County Police say the early estimate is 100 homes with some severe damage. Thankfully, right now, no reported injuries. Well, damage is widespread in Anne Arundel County. We have complete team coverage of the conditions right now. Mackenzie Frost and Keith Daniels are in Annapolis with what we're seeing. We're going to start with Mackenzie right there on West Street with all that destruction. Mackenzie?
Mary, the damage is just incredible to see, especially when you've seen it on those images in the video on social media and coming here and seeing it in person. It's really hard to imagine just how long it's going to take to clear this scene. We've talked to fire officials, the mayor as well. It's safe to say right now, no injuries reported. That is always a plus. The gas leaks, that still seems to be the biggest issue. And the rain, we're seeing it, torrential downpours. Right now it's raining lightly. The sun comes out. That has to be hampering some of the efforts that we're seeing to clean up this damage and stop those gas leaks. We know that at least 4 commercial businesses have severe damage. Roofs are torn off of homes. The Red Cross is on its way to help some people who are experiencing damage in their homes as well. Trees are down, power is down. The latest estimate that we heard was about 2,500 customers in this area are now without power. We're going to continue to update you and get updates from the officials. And right now, West Street still closed. The mayor says that'll likely continue through at least tomorrow as well. But we know that this area isn't the only area seeing some damage. I'm going to toss it over to my colleague, Keith Daniels, where there is more damage and extensive damage. Keith?
Well, Mackenzie, thank you. We're live here in Edgewater. Lots of damage and disappointment here at the South River High School football field. And look behind me, you can see why. Look over here first, over here. The concession stand, the roof blown off. Part of the damage here after that storm blew through. Now we can go to the field and you see all the damage on the field there. You have trees, branches, and that kind of thing. And up in the trees there, over there, you see part of the debris at the top of that tree blown into the tree. And over there next to the fence line, more damage, more debris blown over there. Now, one of the team's coaches was here earlier taking a look at the damage and talking about the disappointment. Let's take a look, let's hear what he has to say.
You're going to have juniors potentially next year that have never played a home game before. That's pretty darn upsetting. And I don't know what the structural integrity of this is. They might not have one all season. And this place is an absolute disaster. I mean, winds in here had to have been over 100 miles an hour. I mean, you look at the damage and the destruction over there. Like, how does a soccer goal move that far?
Well, the coach talking about the structural integrity of this building. Look at it. Part of the roof blown off. I want to take your attention over there to the right as well, to the right of the bleachers over there, an uprooted tree right next to some bleachers over there. Damage, lots of damage. Banish talking, my photographer just said, look at the rainbow after the damage here. We're live now in Edgewater. Keith Daniels, Fox 45 News.
Good to see that rainbow. Well, incredible scenes from Anne Arundel County today. Let's send it right over to meteorologist Jonathan Myers with a look at current conditions. I know, Jonathan, we saw some dark sky in Mackenzie's live shot there.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Mackenzie is correct here. The sun comes out. We've had severe weather. The rain then comes. It's very variable and changeable. So that's kind of hampering things now. 3 reported tornadoes confirmed on the ground this afternoon. One of them being the one in Annapolis at about 2:15, with multiple areas getting damage, including Riva, as well as Woodland Beach and also Annapolis. The other 2 were on the eastern shore one east of Easton, right around Newmarket, around Hurlock. And then there was another one which was in Dorchester, which also there was a video of a tornado crossing Gravel Branch Road. So that was the tornadic activity, at least thus far. And by the way, looking at some of the damage here in Annapolis out of the tornado there, I would say that, at least from my education in this, looking at the damage patterns, now I'm not a survey crew, and they'll be out there this week to for sure see exactly what the strength was. But when you see roofs torn off like we saw and walls beginning to fail, well-built homes, we're talking about the potential here, strong EF2, maybe an EF3 tornado, I believe, out of what came through there. And if we do have an EF3, it's the first time it hit our viewing area at EF3, a tornado of EF3 strength would be the first time since 1961, if that did occur. So again, we're going to be tracking the damage surveys coming out of the National Weather Service. Also, swift water rescues going on around Frederick, all the way up to just east of Hagerstown. And we are not done with the rain yet. Take a look out to the west. All those damage reports, lots of flooding. And we go ahead and put on our radar on the national mode. And there's still a little more rain that we're going to have to deal with. Maybe another inch, maybe another 2 inches in spots as kind of the back edge of that remnant moisture from Ida begins to make the push. I think it's probably going to take until about 10, 11 o'clock tonight to finally get out of here. But again, we still have severe risk until about 7 p.m. And thereafter, there's still going to be the runoff from the flooding. So if you don't have to head out tonight, if you, try to get out after sunset and look at damage, et cetera, you don't know what you're going to encounter. So it's probably best to stay inside and let the crews get kind of a hold on this and let the floodwaters recede. We've got a flash flood watch for the entire area that can use a flash flood warning for Harford and Cecil County, a flood warning for northern Baltimore County, and then for Carroll County and Frederick County. There's also a flash flood warning that continues. Some of the rain totals in excess of 3 to 4 inches along the western side of the Chesapeake Bay, just south and east of Baltimore, including areas that saw the tornadoes. And then north and west, look at that, we're closing in on 7 inches of rain, not too far from Tawnytown. We're going to break everything down for you. Exclusive 10-day forecast also coming up with much better weather in a couple of minutes.
Jonathan, thank you. Well, many are sharing their pictures and videos of the severe weather. Kai's live in our breaking news center sharing some of the best storm videos, and we've seen a lot of them, Kai. It's
quite a bit, and of course, Maxine Stryker showed you a lot of this earlier, Mary. I want to show you some of the same pictures and some new ones that are coming in right now. This one from Melanie Miller. Look at this, incredible. Saw the funnel touchdown from my condo at Annapolis Town Center, and now see shots of damage in southern or south and Arundel County. Just unbelievable right there. Here's more video. So, Mary, you talked about this house earlier. This is the backside of that same house, Mary, that you were talking about in South River Colony. That's in Edgewater. Look at how this is just sheared off at the top. Look at the top right of that home. So a lot of homes that are damaged there, and meteorologist Jonathan Myers was talking about that just a moment ago. Brad Bell, Mary, we talked about him. Brad was in Frederick earlier, obviously still there. Search underway in Frederick for 2 people who may be in floodwaters. And this whole area, which is basically a park, has been flooded out. But as Brad mentioned, they prepare for this every year because they know that area is prone to flooding. I want to show you this picture because this is noteworthy here. Now, this picture shared on a weather forum showing damage to Southern High School. Now, this isn't South River High. Southern High is the southernmost high school relatively in Anne Arundel County. This is about 5, almost 6 miles south of South River High. Damage at this high school too, Mary, showing damage to Southern High School in Anne Arundel County from tornado earlier. So again, a lot more for us to talk about. By the way, we'd like to see what it's like in your neighborhood. If you can safely take pictures and video of the severe weather, send them to us. Point your phone camera at the QR code on the screen. That will take you directly to our website, foxbaltimore.com/chime in, where you can upload those pictures and videos. It is all powered by Stackla. Mary?
Thank you. Well, still ahead, more coverage of the tornado touching down in Annapolis. A look at the damage the storm left behind. And you're taking a live look as meteorologist Jonathan Myers working hard to keep you informed. We'll have more live reports after the break. Stay with us.
Fox 45 News, winner of 4 regional Edward R. Murrow Awards.
And we are back now with more incredible video from today's storms. This video sent in by Jordan. They were driving when the tornado came through and a transformer exploded. Look at that. Happened right in front of them. Well, the National Weather Service confirming that a tornado touched down in Annapolis earlier today. We're going to go back out to Mackenzie Frost, who has a look at some of the damage that we are now seeing. We see the Anne Arundel County Executive Stuart Pittman now speaking. Let's listen in.
We have no physical injuries reported at this point, and we hope it stays that way. And then clean up and get things back to the way they were.
When it comes to cleanup, do you have an estimated time on that?
No.
So we think this West Street will be closed down till at least midday tomorrow. So this section of West Street, and we're hoping we can get it remediated by that time, but we don't know yet.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys, very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Marion Kai, that was County Executive Stuart Pittman and the Annapolis City Mayor Gavin Buckley speaking just there. The county executive was really saying that he's on his way here to Edgewater to see what he believes is the second touchdown of a tornado. Now, again, we have to wait for the National Weather Service to come and do some survey damage, but the county executive saying that there seems to be more damage to businesses and homes in this area as far as compared to the other areas where it's really homes. Again, 2,500 people still without power. We know that right now. The gas leak still an issue. You can see the down power lines really sagging across the street here and lying in the middle of the road. We've seen some incredible images coming in from the damage farther up. Now, the reason we can't take you up there is because it's simply unsafe right now due to those gas leaks that remain above ground as well as underground. We're going to continue to listen and to find out what is going on in the timeline of that. But from the people who were here, they described the situation to me when the storm blew through. It's really terrifying. I'm not sure if we have the sound, but if we can play it, it's really incredible to hear firsthand from those people who are witnessing it. Let's take a listen right now.
All these storms move so quick. It was only a matter of maybe 7 minutes, 7 minutes, and it was all over.
I first had to be careful walking around because a lot of the power lines were on the sidewalk and it looked like sticks. So I didn't want to get shocked. And then it was just so sad.
You heard it right there, 5 to 7 minutes. It was quick, but the damage here will likely last for days as the cleanup process continues. We do have a little break right now when it comes to the rain. The wind continues to blow a little bit, but we'll bring you the updates as we learn them as it happens. We're live in Annapolis. Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
Mackenzie, thank you. And as we heard the mayor say, that stretch of road, West Street, will be closed through midday, at least tomorrow, with all those damaged buildings. Well, there were multiple tornado warnings earlier in Baltimore County. Shelley Orman is live with conditions there. Shelley?
Hi, Mary. We're right near the Hartford-Baltimore County line off Philadelphia Road, and it's just started raining once again. We were getting a break. The skies turned dark once again. The rain started coming down, and really that's we've had some scary moments because those tornado warnings have been in effect for much of the afternoon. But the big issues here up here where we have been, at least so far, has been the rain. We've seen some flash flooding. We were with Hartford County's Swiftwater Rescue Team for a while, their TRT team, and they were there because an EMS crew got stuck on one side of a flooded road, and they needed to make sure that could be cleared to get somebody to medical treatment if that was needed. So as the rain got a break from that, we saw some of that flash flooding ease up, but now with it starting again, still top of mind and a concern right here as far as where we are in Baltimore County, not too far from Hartford County. Now, Alexa Ashwell is in Baltimore City and in an area that's known for flooding there, Alexa.
Shelley, you just missed a very heavy band of rainfall here in Fells Point, coming down very heavily, adding to this flooding that we've been showing you here on Thames Street, just 2 blocks from Broadway Square, the heart of Fells Point. This area prone to flooding, but this is quite a bit amount. I would say in its deepest parts about a foot. We had seen some cars that were parked here, but before we go to that, I do want to point out that we're now using these construction barrels to show you just how high the water is going forward, and you see right there that last barrel there. So we want to show you some video of the cars that were parked in this area. They thankfully were able to start. We were worried about that. When we first arrived here a couple of hours ago, there were probably about 5 cars parked in the area. One that we thought would potentially be severely damaged. Drivers, one by one, were able to come out here, get their car started, and drive away. So we're thankful about that. So that is the very latest here in Fells Point, Baltimore City. As for our other jurisdictions, our Amy Simpson, she's been in Howard County, specifically Amy, Ellicott City, which has seen its fair share of flooding in the past.
Alexa, businesses here, many of them shutting down for the day because that's how seriously they take this threat of severe weather and flash flooding. One business owner saw us arrive earlier this afternoon and said, I really hope that you don't get a story here in Ellicott City today. And at this point, that appears to be the reality. But just to show you how seriously these businesses take this threat, this is the sign on the front door at Phoenix Upper Main saying they'll be closed today, Wednesday, to ease the burden on first responders in the event of an emergency. They're planning to reopen tomorrow around lunchtime. So truly, you can tell how seriously this is a problem for them, as they've seen 2 100-year floods in the last 5 years. But at this point, mostly dry at this point. Back to you.
That is great news, Amy. Thank you. Live in Ellicott City, let's get back over to meteorologist Jonathan Myers with a look at our current conditions. Jonathan?
Yeah, and still one tornado warning left on the upper portion of the extreme eastern portion of the eastern shore, heading towards the Delaware line, just south of Elkton. This storm has been moving off to the north and east at about 30, 35 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour at times. So again, it's this cell right in here. Areas including Chesapeake City and Brookside, seeing this anytime between about the 6:30 time frame and about 6:40, 6:45. Outside of that, it's mainly the flooding we've been concerned about. A flood warning continues now through midnight for Cecil County, Harford County. Just west of that, it's a flood warning that continues until 10:45 for northern Baltimore County into Carroll County, and then we upgrade to a flash flood warning for western Carroll County until 9:30 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. A flash flood warning is in effect for extreme western Carroll County on into Frederick County. And as we continue to talk about some of the rain, I just want to show you here in the squeeze back box. This is some video that was sent in to Twitter, and you can see this massive looking tornado. This was in Dorchester County, not too far from Hurlock, crossing, I believe it was Gravel Branch Road. And you don't usually see this around here. It's not wrapped up in rain or anything. You can really see the circulation of that. It almost looks like one of those Midwestern tornadoes moving through. The good news here is it does not look like it actually hit any structures, although that guy there in that pickup truck, I don't know. That looks a little too close for comfort for me to be on the roads. But nonetheless, the flooding now is kind of what's taking over in the runoff. 1 to 3 inches of rain has fallen here in the orange and yellow, with some isolated amounts of 5 to 6 north and west along the Blue Ridge Mountains. It's been 6 to 7 inches of rain. So we're going to be dealing with some river runoff likely all the way through about, say, Thursday or Friday. Now, out in the tropics, there's Tropical Storm Larry. Could become a Category 3 hurricane over the next several days, but that, at least for now, looks to stay over water. But we're going to track it closely. It's a little too early to know the eventual track. And then there's a low, a 30% chance of development that's skirting along Central America and Mexico, eventually could end up in the southern Gulf of Mexico, and at that point might end up becoming a little bit more. Right now it's 78 degrees with rain here in Baltimore. It's coming down in buckets still through about 7:45, 8 o'clock. By about 10 o'clock, the last of it moves east, and sunshine returning into tomorrow. Good cleanup weather, drier, breezy, highs in the 70s. I'm liking that forecast. We're going to have the exclusive 10-day forecast coming up in just moments. Let you know what you can see all the way through the Labor Day holiday weekend.
Jonathan, thank you. Looking at some aerial footage of the damage over Annapolis. We will have a live report from the scene coming up. And back now with a look at some of the damage at South River High School in Edgewater, just south of Annapolis, one of the places to take a direct hit from the tornado today. Let's go to Keith Daniels, who's live at this school. Keith, what are you seeing right now? You've really taken us around the field to show us some of the damage there.
Well, Mary, lots of damage and disappointment for the South River High School community here in Edgewater. Let me show you why. Look over my shoulder. You see this. Their football field sideline, at least for now, the part of the roof of the concession stand blown off, the debris scattered across the field. Now there's more debris near the fence line and a soccer goal blown to the top of that tree. And of course, down trees over there to the right next to those bleachers. One of the coaches told me, he came by here today to look at the damage. He says that this has certainly delayed their new football season. But one thing for sure, the bright side to all of this, they all say, is that there were no injuries here. Reporting live now in Edgewater, Keith Daniels, Fox 45 News.
Keith, thank you. Let's go right back over to meteorologist Jonathan Myers with a look at our current conditions. Jonathan, what are you most concerned with as this storm moves out tonight?
Really, it's a runoff from the rivers because, you know, you head through the next few days, the sunshine is going to be back after some on and off heavy rain this evening through about 10, 11 o'clock, through about midnight, maybe at latest. Look at the sun coming back for tomorrow. So it's good cleanup weather as it's breezy. It's cooler and a high 78 degrees. But the National Weather Service saying that we could even have some runoff flooding on some of the rivers going all the way through Friday. So again, it's probably a good time to stay away from those fast rushing waters. I know we're heading towards the Labor Day holiday weekend. People want to raft and fish and all that kind of thing. Best to wait till the weekend because that's when things really should begin to drain out pretty good. With 79 degrees, partial sun on Saturday, Sunday a stray shower, high 80, 83 for Labor Day, looking good there. And then temperatures in the 80s as we unofficially exit summer. Tuesday and Wednesday, highs low to mid 80s as well next Thursday and next Friday. And the heat may not totally be done with us just yet as we head into next Saturday and highs around 88. And of course, we're going to be on top of this all evening long on all screens on social media as well as here on Fox 45 and breaking in with any tornado warnings that may occur through the remainder of the evening. And of course, on Fox 45 News at 10 as well. Mary?
Jonathan, thanks. That's the news at 6. Thank you for joining us. I'm Mary Bubala. Family Feud is coming up next. Be sure to stay tuned to Fox 45 News at 10 for continuing coverage of today's storms. And of course, always online at foxbaltimore.com. Good night.